So what we've been working on, we're pretty excited to show you, is the new Menyr. So this, guys, is the promise we've been making for a year ago, and that's it. It's what we've been saying, 100 kilometers square. That's pretty wide, as you can see. I'm gonna give you a little tour, and this is all playable. So I'm gonna go into what's possible, what's not. Uh, so as you can see, it's all what you had before, with the very detailed grass and forest. And it's a little bit bigger. I think a little bit is a good word for it. So are you excited, guys? Do you like what you see? So it's one of the map. I'm going to show you a few maps. So it's not perfect. We're showing you something that is whip in some sense, but the core of the technology is here. So that's why we were excited to show you. We really wanted to show you that as soon as we had it. So as you can see, we have some assets popping and stuff, but still pretty exciting. And in terms of scale, it's hard to grasp how big it is. Well, I think I'm gonna try to show you something pretty cool. So a lot of the shaders, the textures and stuff. Sorry. Well, it's live demo. It's for real. A lot of the texture is gonna improve after. But just in case you didn't get the scale, I've put a few characters in here. And this is now Menyr maps. You've been asking for map stitching and stuff like this. Well, here you are. Hello, little dude. Aren't you a little cold? All right. And so, of course, as usual, all the stuff with the time moving, and you can see the time moving on the horizon. And of course, you can stop at any point here, and as you've been doing in Menyr, for those who have played in the beta, you just drag and drop stuff. You have your crypts. You can drag and drop a well, your tokens, and that's it. And you start playing. And so, and again, if you unzoom, that's where we were. It's pretty big, and it's all the foliage loads pretty fast. In terms of performance, we've achieved something that is going to be equivalent of even maybe a little bit better than what you had before. For some people that tried at the first generation of the beta, if I can say, this is running pretty smooth. So for me, as a reminder, I have a 3800 Ti, and I'm running between 30 and 40 FPS as a general rule. So it's pretty good. One of the question is, are those mountains part of the terrain generation? And yes, the answer is yes. So there are two things to note: is that there is the playable map, and it's blended with what we call the vista, and it's basically non-usable terrain. And so that's one of the answer we have. So you can see there's some bugs over there, but it's fine. So basically, you can't go over there. You see that we have what we call a guardian. So if you go too far, imagine it's a 10 kilometer per 10 kilometer box, and you can do whatever you want in it. But if you can't go above that, and what's outside is blended. So I'm going to go to the edge of the map. So everything under me I can play with, and at some point I'm going boom. So I hit the Guardian. So everything that is past that, you can see this little lake with the the, the forest and stuff. I can't go there. I can go here, no problem. I can stop here, make a camp, drag my players, no problem. But I can't go past that. It's something we've told you that we wanted to work on, which was we want to have even if the map is just 100 kilometers square, which is huge, we still want the player to feel like it's it's not a closed in space. So when you're generating your map, you want to turn off the foliage so you don't have any trees anymore. And when you're happy with it, you can turn it on again. And as you can see, pretty quickly, you go back to the forest you're used to have. So it takes a little bit of time because I just said foliage on the whole map. And we're going to work on the prioritization, if it's a word, sorry about that. But it's going to regenerate foliage around you as a high priority. And then later on, it's gonna generate everything in the back. So yeah, I'm going to show you a few examples of maps and how it can look, how it will look for you. And then I'm going to go around and explain to you a little bit how you're going to be creating maps later on. So which one is this one? So that's a new one. So for example, this one is another one. I'm going to put a little bit more cloud. I think here it looks good. So you can see you have this type of trees, you have your rocks, and then when it's higher, it's going to be the pine forest. So it's depending on the height. You can, of course, after that, you're going to be able to select zones like you've done. Here is pine trees. Here is more like broad trees and stuff like this. And I mean, like, again, you'll have to try it for yourself, but it's huge. It's huge. If I want to walk that, it's gonna take me so much time. We're gonna work on all the textures. We're working on it the whole week, and it's really, you have to imagine that in a few weeks' time, it's gonna look so much better. But it's already pretty cool, I think. Oh yeah, we worked on the clouds a little bit more too. So now you can see the clouds have like multiple layers. So you can see some clouds going in front of some others, and you can go in it. You can have like different floors of clouds. I think they look really cool, and we have some ideas to make them even better. But so far, we think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, if you look at that, and you look at just the scale of it, and then you realize that this is just the crater of the volcano. And I mean, like, everything around is the map. The map is about this. Everything where you see trees, it's pretty fairly delimited, actually. And so you can go there. So you see what I meant by it can look pretty big? Because it's a blend of the map and everything in the background. And I think it looks really insane. I mean, like, if you ask your player to walk this from one end to the other, because I'm flying very, very fast right now. So if you make like a horror RPG in this forest, you're gonna have some dead players. I can tell you that. This is really huge. Honestly, at this point is more like retakes. We're focusing, you can imagine, on technology right now because we think this is the bedrock of what Menyr is going to be, and it's very complex stuff about how to generate, how to render, and we're showing you stuff. It's not clean. It's like the first batch. We just want to show you around. And later on, we're going to be doing all this stuff. What happens if you roll a dice down a mountain? Well, we're going to have to try that, right? We have collision, right, Vince? Tell me now. Or and dice we roll. D6, because D20. Vince says do it, and I do it. Whoa. I'm going to try to follow one. Come on. Here. Oh, here. I have one. I lost it. I lost it. Maybe it's there. I lost it. So this is what happens. At some point, maybe they're gonna stop anywhere they are, and we're gonna have. Oh, wait! I think I saw it. We're gonna have to watch the replay. I think I saw dice. Will we have 2D style minimaps? Yes, at some point. So what you're gonna have at the same time is we are making tests, and it's looking promising on orthographic. So basically, you're gonna have your, top view. Top view without perspective. It's gonna look like this, but from closer. So it's gonna look like this without perspective, and you can be looking from the top. We've set it, a little bit like this. We've set it since the Kickstarter. We really want people to be able to play on tables. So if you have a table with a screen, a flat screen, and you want your friends to come and to have their minis on the TV, we want to have a view that allows you to have that. So you can be like talking about your story like this, and at some point you want your player to fight, and you just have to select the view. It's going to be here. It's going to be like the alternate view here, and you're going to have your top view, and you can move around as a GM. So bear with me. Oh, this is going to look cool. You'll see what I mean. I'm going to change my rock. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so now this is movable. Magic stone. Exactly, Lemis. So now this can be moved. And what's cool about it is that you can put it like this, for example. And you're like, doesn't look too good. But you can also revert. So now it's a subtractive layer. And so now you've just made a cave system like this. So pretty cool, huh? Questions. With orthographic or DOS2 camera, will there be a settings where buildings and foliage are not rendered? Yes. We have been tinkering with this before, and we have had something that was pretty convincing, where basically when you're in this view, this view, as you remember, here is kind of the battle map view. This one where everything that's in front of the screen is cut down, and we're gonna implement it in buildings, of course. So when you're going to be orthographic, you're not going to have to be on the top of all the trees like this. So this is absolutely planned. Look at this camp. It's pretty good. A little spooky camp next to a crypt, something that you should not do. Thank you so much. We'll be talking a lot more about all of this soon, and I'll see you around.
Bye, guys.